Happy Sunday, dude.
Happy Sunday. After 2 weeks of working nonstop, this feels fucking great.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how you do it. Working fucking night shift, dude.
Yeah, night shift, and then every fucking day if I didn't have today off, I was one night away from opening up an OnlyFans and selling picture of my feet.
And whoring yourself away, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So here's a catch. I'll sell pictures of my feet, and I'm pretty sure they'll sell, dude. Because I got
Dude,
I got Ananakia. I think that's what it's called. I got like a deformed ass fucking toe. Looks like a I don't know, dude. Looks like a bald dude. I even draw little faces on it sometimes for my kids. I did like a laugh now, cry later face. One toe was a happy face, one toe was a sad face. Uh, and I'm pretty sure that shit will sell because there's weird fucking people out there,
nah,
and you gotta
dude.
appreciate them.
Yeah, no. Everybody has their defects, mentally, physically. We all have some type of shit. I remember in high school there was don't bring up any names, but I knew somebody that had webbed. I think it was webbed toes. So the toes had like
Yeah,
the
they're like
skin.
attached,
Dude,
right?
it was weird.
Yeah, no,
But
it's
think
not
about it, they're
normal.
probably self conscious about it. Like, damn, like I gotta wear sandals today, and they're gonna be looking at my webbed toes.
Oh, dude, I never wear fucking sandals.
I
I'm
never
like,
seen you wear sandals. That's why
yeah,
when you
dude.
showed me your toe
Fuck
today, I
that,
was like,
dude.
oh shit.
No, yeah, dude. Fuck that. I've always been so self conscious about it, and even when I first got with my wife, like I remember the day we got together. The day I asked her out, we were at the fucking beach. Shit, my ass had my fucking shoes on. I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, she's gonna run away, bud. But yeah, I think like at this point in life though, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care anymore. I think I'm just like kind of over that. It's
Yeah.
like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I do shit just as good as other people, or sometimes even better. So I don't really give a shit. It's not even a big fucking deal, man. All I gotta do is buy a fresh pair of Nikes and it's gone. But
And you don't think about it.
yeah, I don't even think about it. And shit, Yadira even says it's cute now. So I'm like, fuck it, I guess it's cute. She's lying, but whatever.
Yeah, dude. No, we all got our defects. Like, and then
Yeah,
me.
but why couldn't God give me like a abnormally huge penis or something? You know what I mean? But I have to get like a smaller toe.
Nah, dude.
At
Imagine
least I can get a
having one,
smaller wiener.
dude. You can't like. That's why, like, I think like we should be happy with what we have. That's why I get like, it's upsetting when you see like girls and guys getting their butts done and having like these ginormous things. It looks so unnatural. It's like, I get it, like you're self conscious in one instance, but like, is it worth it? I don't think so. Like, just try to live your life healthy, and if you want to keep looking good, but nah, unless it's for something that really like it's affecting your health and you have to get something removed, yeah. But other than that, if it's cosmetic, fuck it, dude. Be happy with what you got.
Well, what I'm wondering is like if is it be happy with what you got, or let's say like the chick wanted like a bigger butt, or the chick wanted like bigger boobs. Is it automatically considered boom? She's insecure, 100%. She's insecure about her body, and it's like a what do you call it? Is it like dysphoria? Is that what they call it?
Body dysmorphia.
Dysmorphia. Said dysphoria. What the fuck is
You're like,
that?
is it like a dysphoria?
21.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, yeah, dysmorphia is what it's called. Okay, that makes way more sense, right? Like morphosis or something.
Yeah, people that are like gym rats or sometimes have that like where they feel like their body's not perfect, like it needs to be a certain way. I, to a certain extent, had that when I was like working out and stuff like that, because you feel like, oh, I want to like certain physique, but now it's like, I think it's, you should kind of work out and do stuff for a purpose, like not just out of vanity.
That's what I'm saying. So like, let's say, okay, so if a person was like, oh man, I don't like my body. I wish I had a bigger butt, or like smaller boobs or bigger boobs. Um, so would that be considered insecurity, or what if that person knowingly knows like, okay, my body is not bad, but I just want to do this just because I want to? Like, So that trumps insecurity, like they're just doing it because they want to. Look, me personally, I don't agree with that. I think like anybody, even if you have the shittiest body, even for men, if we fucking work out, and the very same applies for women, as much as males. If you just fucking work out, you work for your body, your desired body.
Yep.
I mean, or you work to have your body as best as your body could be, dude. I think honestly, like any chick will have any fucking dude they want, and any dude will feel great about themselves, and they would be in great shape. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like like it's out of reach. If you just work out, I think you could reach great lengths to be where you want to be. So I don't feel like that's even necessary. But I mean, at some point, I do feel like if the person wants a little extra juice, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck it, whatever. I probably won't judge, but you know, I don't think it's necessary. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody has their reasoning. Yeah,
yeah,
we don't know. Yeah, I'm probably wrong for thinking that like, oh, maybe it's just because they're insecure. No, maybe they like how that would look. So like, oh, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try this out and have this done.
yeah. So
So
yeah, because
yeah,
that topic would honestly like it raised a lot of questions, and if people really thought that, I mean, it can go into like the whole transgender and like altering your body, like changing it around, like how they do the surgery down there and all that shit. You know what I mean? It kind of goes into that same category. So it's just a topic that's like, if you're, I think about it for myself too. Like, if you're fully conscious of your flaws or anything and you accepted them, does it mean you don't accept them anymore by doing that? I mean, I don't know. It's just like I feel like people that are literally insecure, they probably don't even realize they're really that insecure. Like they think that because that's the whole thing about insecurity, right? Like you see insecure people trying so hard to show that they're confident, this and that. But when you're really secure about yourself, when you're confident with yourself,
nothing else matters really. Like
yeah, you kind of just naturally are confident about yourself. You don't have to prove that you're confident about yourself. It just kind of comes naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I be seeing that shit a lot. Like motherfuckers, they be trying to. It happens a lot with males, just because we are literally like ooh ooh look at me, ooh I'm hungry, I'm strong. Like little caveman wannabe motherfuckers, and I'm stronger than you. Oh, like I piss further than you. My wiener's bigger than yours. And it's like, dude, like we're so over that already, bro. Like that was like 2 millennia ago, bro. You're late to the party.
Yeah, no, it's a natural tendency to want to be better than the next person, or I don't know, just the competition aspect of it.
Well, I
I
think that's
guess
that Abdullah Blangata, right? That's where our like reptilian side comes from.
the medulla oblongata.
Medulla oblongata. Yeah. So I think that's that part of your brain that has like the like jealousy and anger. Like they associate it with the like reptilian side of the human being. Like that's what's caused war and toxicas and all that. Somewhere along the same line. I'm sure there was toxicas back then. That's why a lot of war started anyways in the first place.
Yeah, dude. Now, since you're on the topic, I guess, of the medulla oblongata and the brain, I guess we'll shed a little light on something that I've been meaning to talk about. But I have a condition called hydrocephalus, and I was barely diagnosed. What was it, last year? It was back in May of 2021. Yeah, I for maybe a couple years before um this, like when I was diagnosed and went to the hospital, I was feeling like kind of I would have like dizziness, and kind of like I thought I had what's called vertigo, which is something that's like with the crystals in your ears, and like when it's like out of balance or something.
Oh shit.
So for the longest time, I'm thinking like, oh, maybe I just have that condition, vertigo, and I just, just gonna live with it. Dude, I would go to Six Flags, I would get off of a roller coaster, and I would be like, my head would be fucking spinning, dude.
You're like, this was worth the buck.
And I would be nauseous, like, yeah, that was worth the $60.
Yup, it works.
So I was like, fuck, maybe I just, I have vertigo, so I just gotta deal with it and just try to enjoy, roller coasters and just my life with vertigo. Then yeah, 3 years later, um, COVID happens. Um, got the first shot, and after I got that first vaccine, 3 weeks later, and I don't want to make this a thing about, ooh, is it the COVID vaccine that caused it?
Most likely.
But 3 weeks later, after I had gotten that COVID vaccine, I started feeling really shitty, and just kind of like out of it. Just kind of not feeling myself. Like I'm just kind of like a little bit like delirious or something, and my head started feeling. I started feeling like pressure in my head, and just like really crappy. And my wife was saying like, you know what, like you're starting to like, I don't know, you seem off. Like you need to get checked. And then finally, the day that I got checked, I had already gone to the doctor. He prescribed me vertigo medication. I barely had started taking the vertigo medication. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm still feeling shitty, and this medication did not do anything to me the first time I took it. So I'm like, damn, you know what? I went home. I took a nap after a day of work, and I woke up and I was really out of it. My wife's like, yeah, just go get checked, go to the hospital. So boom, sure enough, I went to the hospital. They did a scan of my head, of my brain, and turns out I have enlarged ventricles. And they said, oh yeah, you have a condition called hydrocephalus. And pretty much hydrocephalus is like it's a condition where there's like excess spinal fluid in your brain, because the brain naturally secretes, it has that spinal fluid, it goes through our brain, our spinal column, and for some reason I produce an excess of it, or I might like, there's different like reasons. For some reason mine is unknown why I have it. So I still need to go and see a neurologist and do that kind of thing. But yeah, it's excessive fluid in the brain. Sometimes it's due to blockage. Sometimes it's due to trauma. Um, but yeah, for the most part, they catch it in babies and infants and in seniors. So yeah, someone of my age to have it, it's kind of like, oh, did he always have it, or is this something new that just happened? So yeah, that was, I got diagnosed, right? That was in May, and that's good. I don't want to make this like the longest story ever, but uh, yeah, that happened, and then they told me, okay, you're gonna have to get what's called a ventricular peritoneal shunt, which is what I have now. It's like um, it's a device that goes in the brain. It's on my right. It's on my right side, and it has a tube that goes down to my abdomen. So pretty much what it does, it has a certain setting, of a certain, like once it reaches a certain pressure, it'll release a fluid, and it goes down a tube down to my abdomen, and you kind of just you pee it out. But yeah, so yeah, I had I had a surgery done initially at one hospital. I won't name the hospital, but it was a suburban hospital, and yeah, I had the surgery done. Turns out I was over draining. So when they put in the shunt, they put it from my spine to my abdomen, and I went home to that after being in the hospital for about, I want to say, a week. I went home and I was still feeling really shitty. I was like super bad headaches. I couldn't even get up off of the hospital bed for like 30 for, I would only last 30 seconds just to go to the bathroom, and I had to lay back down because the pain was so intense on my brain and my neck, on my head and my neck, that I couldn't handle it. My body was shaking. I was like,
That's crazy.
it's like shit that I didn't, I was like, what the hell is this?
You're probably like shitting your pants, right? Like,
Well,
fuck,
yeah,
this is scary shit.
because I'm like, like at least when I first came into the hospital, I wasn't feeling this way, but now I'm feeling a million times worse. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I had that going on for about a week after had the surgery, and I went home. I went home, and I after a couple of days of being home, one night I started having a fever, and I was still getting that same feeling when I got up. So I was just bedridden. I was just laying. I could only lay down. That's it. So I went back to the hospital. They did a CT scan, and it turns out the tube that they initially had put in my spine, it was dislodged. It wasn't in my spine anymore. So
Jesus.
pretty much that hole in my spine, it was just leaking spinal fluid.
Oh man.
So that's why I was feeling the intense headaches every time I got up, and I couldn't that I was shaking because
You were draining
I
it
was over draining.
to nowhere.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that eventually can be life threatening. So yeah, that happened. and the doctor. So one thing I think, and I'm not being like super detailed and kind of like in chronological order here, but the doctor that I had that did my first surgery, that put it in my from my spine to my abdomen, he really didn't like he is the definition of a bad doctor. He didn't really make he does it's the type of doctor that doesn't make you feel at ease, doesn't make you feel like, okay, you know what? Like we're gonna try everything possible to make you feel better. It was pretty much very like matter of fact, and we kind of discussed that before, like when
I
it
was just
comes
gonna
to
say
yeah.
that with the serial killers,
Yep.
like I'm not saying like doctors are serial killers or shit like that, but that's what I'm saying, that there is some sort of like, if I had to say anything to a medical expert, I would say like like yo, like you have to keep some sort of humanity there, because this is someone's dad, this is someone's uncle, someone's son, someone's brother. Like if you show that you don't give a shit about the patient, or you don't give a shit about what are the possibilities for this person, I mean, dude, someone's gonna kick your ass one day.
Yeah, no,
and I
it's
and I would feel that way about if someone was that like nonchalant towards my son with his surgeries. I want to fucking beat their ass. Um, and you know what I want to say to you is like, how do you weed out that problem? Like, you think people should be more aware or research more on hospitals? Like, do you feel like people just too commonly just trust hospitals and shit like that?
it depends on the person. There's and I you know what, now that I went through that experience, I do think like yeah, it's very smart for people. Don't feel bad to question your doctor. Don't ever feel like you shouldn't question. They don't know everything.
Yeah, I
They
know.
don't have the answers to every ailment and every problem that we have, because every person is different, and even if you have the same condition as somebody else, your experience is going to be different and what you feel is going to be different. So I think it's very smart for people, and see it. I like, especially when it comes to like Hispanics, like our Mexican, like I'm half Mexican, half Puerto Rican, but from our Hispanic side, like the Hispanic side, I feel like older people, like they kind of just trust the
They
doctor,
submit right away.
and they were because they it's a respect thing almost, because
Yeah,
like,
because I
oh
think like you know what you're doing.
yeah, they're like, you're the
So
doctor, you're the doctor.
yeah,
And no, like they're human
unfortunately.
beings, they have errors and they don't know everything. So they also have to do their research. So just like them, we have to do our research. And then the fact that you brought that up, this doctor that I had the first surgery with, I asked him, it was the day of surgery, and I knew there was two different options of surgery, right? There was going to be the one where they put it from your brain, which I have now, to your abdomen, and the one that's from your spine to your abdomen. So the difference there, when I read up the information, my mom researched, my wife researched, the one that's from your spine to your abdomen, there's a higher failure rate. So right there was already a red flag for me. I'm like, fuck, like I don't think I should do that one, because there's chances of overdraining, there's chances of infection, there's all these other possibilities. And I feel like it's not going to be beneficial for me to get that surgery. So I kind of brought that up to the doctor, and when I told him, he's like, he kind of, it was almost like he got offended. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, like he kind of like smirked a little bit. He's like, no, like almost like he knew.
he felt challenged,
Yeah, he
dude.
felt challenged, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no. I was like, right away, I was like, no, doctor, I want what's best for me for the surgery. Like, is this gonna be? He said, yeah,
dude.
okay,
And you see, and you fell into the trap too
yeah, because I
of
should have,
accommodate to them, and you're like, hey, bud. Uh, you see, the thing is, in my opinion, you
yeah,
know, for anyone out there that their family members about to get surgery done, you are technically their client, um, and they're working for you.
yeah,
So it feels like you're not paying them, but you pay for insurance, guys. You know, you pay for insurance. It's really fucking expensive. It's not cheap. Like
oh no,
insurance sucks ass. You know what
especially
I'm
when you got
saying?
a family.
Like first thing I bitch about is taxes, and number two is insurance. Right, right. Piggyback that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So what I would say is like, okay, like you'll hire someone to fix your house, and you'd be the pickiest motherfucker. Hey, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look right. Now, someone's about to work on your body, I mean, you should be just as picky or even 10 times pickier when it comes to your body, when it comes to your living conditions for for the rest of your life. They might alter something in your body that will change your life forever, for better, for worse.
Yep.
So I would say, like, sometimes these guys aren't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like if they're being naive or showing like negative attitude and you don't feel comfortable, that was probably your gut feeling telling you this is not a good fit for you, Hector. This is not a good person to get your work done by. Like,
Especially after the way, yeah, just the way he talked, he was very smug. That's what you would call it. He was smug, like he's kind of
just
like
arrogant, right?
arrogant. Yeah, that's exactly what he was. And I should, from the get go, I should have been like, you know what? But this was an experience, so I'll continue with the story. But
Yeah.
um, so yeah, that happened. I went back, and the only reason why they knew that tube was dislodged, they were gonna have me wait till the next day just to chat with that asshole doctor. So my mom was like, "No, get him a CT scan of his brain, his chest, his abdomen. We wanted to get everything checked
Hell yeah.
so
Mama
that we
Bear.
know exactly." Yeah, dude, I'm glad that she was there.
Love your mom.
Um, yep, and yeah, sure enough, that tube was dislodged. It wasn't in my spine anymore, and I was over draining. So, boom, right away they're like, you know what, we're gonna put it back in. So I had another surgery. They put that shit back in, and boom, that was done. Right. The next day after I had that surgery done, I was feeling like shit, throwing up, not feeling good. I was nauseous the whole time, and they kept just pumping me with that with heavy ass drugs like Dilaudid and whatever, the morphine. That it's like heavy duty. If you're someone that can handle it, your body can handle it, and you're not nauseous, oh, that's the best drug in the world, dude.
Yeah, druggies right now, like, you know.
Oh, it's like heroin, dude. But I was miserable, dude. I was nauseous, and they were pumping me with that medicine because just wasn't feeling good. So whatever. Eventually, my wife and my mom, they were doing research, and they're like, you know what? There's this thing called a blood patch, epidural blood patch, where they put it's like a glue maybe or something that they do to patch the area where they initially put the hole. You know,
Hmm.
because I was still over draining. But these assholes, they were like, "Oh, maybe we should wait a couple days." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? The last thing I want
Oh
is
my
to
god.
be laying in this hospital bed for fucking weeks. I want to get out of here,
Yeah, they're not looking as important as you are.
dude." That's why I'm like, I got so frustrated because I'm like, you know what? Like, no, we're gonna do it. Like, and we had to kind of be a little pushy, and then finally, you know what? Let's go get them a blood patch, dude. I got the blood patch done, and I felt great. But here's something that happened right when I got the blood patch. So that was probably already, that was the second week, right? Because I had gone back,
Hmm.
um, and they had a revision of the surgery. They had to go back and put that shit back in. So for that whole week, dude, I was constipated. All that medicine and stuff, it makes you constipated.
Oh
So I
yeah.
didn't shit for like fucking almost 8 days,
No way.
dude.
Oh my god.
So check it out.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm like, fuck, man. I think the night before that epidural blood patch, they gave me like a liquid. I think it's like potassium, magnesium, something, or some heavy duty. I forgot what they called it, dude. It was a bottle, and I had to drink it, right? So I drank it. I was fine the whole night. Next day, I get to my epidural blood patch. My wife was in the room with me, and they took me to that room. There was two nurses. They had left the room, and I told my wife, I'm like, "Fuck, babe, I gotta take a shit." And it's coming, like it's coming, dude. What came out of my ass?
What the?
Dude, I swear I thought I had a baby, dude.
For real?
Dude,
Was
that
it
shit,
cute?
like it felt huge. Like it was painful to get that shit out because it was probably like a big mound of shit. My wife saw all of
Don't
it,
do
dude.
anal, guys.
My wife had to witness that fucking disgust, dude.
Yeah, but
But
you know what, dude? That's good that she stood there by you, and that's real shit, man. That's
yeah,
good.
so that happened, dude. I fucking shit all over the, like when I told them, I think the nurses had brought something so that I wouldn't fuck up the bed. So like I warned them, like, hey, I gotta take a shit. They're like, oh, don't worry about getting up. Cause at the time, obviously I couldn't really move much or use force.
God, that's gotta suck, right? Like
Dude,
being
talk about
unable to
feeling
do that, dude.
incapacitated or whatever you want to
Fuck,
call it, like
dude.
unable to move. I had to stay laying flat. So I was like, fuck, I had to just shit right there and they were gonna wipe me. That's where it brings you back to like you're a fucking baby, dude. It's like-
Yeah, they humbled you real quick.
dude, no, it's humbling as fuck because I was like, damn, dude, I can't the only thing that I could do myself there was what blow my nose and drink and eat and piss from the side in a bottle. And that was difficult.
God, that sucks,
But to
dude.
shit, oh, anytime I had to shit, nurse come wipe my ass.
I mean, I had to feel a little good, right?
Fuck.
You're
No,
like,
dude.
yeah, that's
I
right,
hated it,
bitch.
dude.
You missed a spot.
But anyway, so yeah, dude, I shit what I've never shit before. And the first initial poop came out like boom, like huge,
Yeah,
dude. Oh, it was a
it came out
relief.
like that, like that shit that's in a can. Like,
Yeah, like boom.
yeah,
But it was solid, dude.
dude, you should have just called me. I would have given you the best advice.
So
I would have told you to get some Taco Bell, man. We'll get you nice and running
dude,
real quick,
nothing was
bro.
working because I was eating prunes, I was eating all type of things. But it's because of the what's it called? The narcotics. That's what that does to you. It constipates you.
Oh yeah,
So I shit, dude. It stunk really fucking nasty. My wife and the nurses helped wipe my butt. And yeah, it was good after that. Then had the blood patch done and I felt great. Like the blood patch, like boom, it was a huge noticeable difference that I was like, oh, you know what? Like I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I wasn't having that like intense neck pain and headache. So slowly they got me moving and I got myself out of that fucking hospital. But dude, yeah, one thing I recommend people question your doctors, like we said. And if you're experiencing any type of pain, anything where you feel like out of your normal being, like just get checked. Like, but yeah, now I have a shunt. I have a great doctor, and I feel a little bit better. But I need to definitely keep going to get checked and make sure that I don't have a tumor or just make sure I'm good.
yeah.
But
Call me pessimistic, but I guess what I get out of this too, man, is like question everything, question everybody. Um, I know it's if you go too far into that mentality, you probably be in a rabbit hole. But I mean, you find the perfect medium and you work with it, and I think it's gonna go a long way for you. Anything you do, if
be respectful, but also stand your ground when you feel like something's not right.
yeah, and this applies to just everything in life. That's just
Everything.
part of life, just you know what I'm saying. If it don't feel right, you kind of have to fight it a little bit, and until it does feel right. So I would say that for next future experiences. Hopefully, there's none, but that's just intense, though, man. Like, you think a doctor, they know everything, and you think that they're like, you look at them like, that's like my mom always said, like they're like angels in disguise. I mean, fuck, you think that, but dude, some of them could be real dicks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Some are dicks, and they chose the best profession to make money. So
But
now
it
you have an asshole fucking doing surgery on you. And you gotta understand, like, work is work, dude. Work is work. It don't matter if you're a dentist, a doctor, a surgeon. At some point, you don't look at it like I'm saving a person's life. You're looking at it as like, fuck, it's Monday. I still got the whole week left. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, sometimes
I'm assuming it's got to be that way for everybody. It's just work. You know what I'm saying?
you're only human. So you're sometimes you're gonna catch them on a bad day, give them the benefit of the doubt. But then if it's like consistent, like you know what, this person is just not good. Like I experienced it even when I went to get checked for my knee. The guy, like I definitely would not get surgery with that guy either. I went to get checked, and the way he like checked me, he just seemed rushed and like not present. So I was like, you know what? It gave me a bad feeling. Like I'll come back to get my knee checked again, but not with this guy, a different doctor.
Yeah, do that. You have the right to say, hey, I didn't feel too comfortable with this doctor, and guess what, dude? Maybe that fucker will learn to get in line, get in
Yeah.
place. They're getting paid good money. Someone's life depends. Someone's life or their way of
Their well
life
being. Yeah.
depends on their determination, on their charisma. Like literally, just not being charismatic alone already knocks down 50% of your quality for that job, whatever you're doing.
That's true.
I'm sure that applies to everything, dude. If you go to work one day and you're like, fuck this job, I hate it, and you have to do a job, what's that attitude? What that's the attitude you're gonna get the job done with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do you think that's gonna come out? Versus you're like, thank you, God, I got a job. I'm gonna try to be the best at it. I'm grateful and I want to be better. Automatically in your brain, it's already like, okay, do a good job. Do the best job you can do. It's
You
really that
you made,
psychological like
you
that.
made me think of that because I experienced it too. But like going to a Subway, and the workers rude as fuck, and then you ask them, "Hey, can you warm up my sandwich?" And they're like, "Why don't you eat it cold?"
They told you that?
No, I had it
Yeah, they
once.
give you
I
attitude
had
like
it
that, right?
once when I was in school. There was a girl that um worked the Subway, and yeah, you would get your sandwich, like get it prepped, and then you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll have it warmed up." And the biggest attitude when you would say to get it warmed up, dude, all you gotta do is put it in a fucking oven
Yeah.
for 30 seconds or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I
That's just
have. They say don't discriminate. They say don't be racist. They say this and that, and I truly believe in that. So I let out all my wrath on this chick from the tollway. It was a older lady, dude. She was the biggest bitch ever, dude. Dude, I called her a bitch and I said fucking. I'm like,
oh really?
dude, she pissed me the fuck off, dude. She gave me. I was like, I talked to. I was like, this is what people don't understand. They mistake my niceness for weakness. That just pisses me off. So then when they fuck with me, I turn to the very devil himself. This fucking lady, right?
They were very similar in that sense.
Dude, the lady was like, she's like,
Oh
why are
fuck.
you going through here? Oh, I was like, hey man, I was like, so the thing is not working, because I ain't gonna lie. I did do something I wasn't supposed to, but it's like, bitch, you're gonna be here for 10 more hours. Who gives a fuck? Just do what you gotta do and let me pass, and that's it. I went through there's two lanes, right? Well, there's like two different kind of lanes. There's the pay with debit and cash, or there's the go through the toll. So go to the toll is always faster. And if you don't have the tollway thingy, the whatever the fuck you call that,
Transponder or whatever.
transponder or whatever. If you don't have that, you still go through the tollway section, and then you can just still pay with your card at the spot. But you might need to request the attendant. So that lady was there. I went through there just to get out of there fast. And then I was like, "Oh, hey man," I was like, "Hey, I tried paying with my card, but it's not working." And then she's all like, "Why are you going through here in the first place?" He's like, "I don't." She's like, "I don't know why people keep coming through here. Anyways, they can just go through over there." She just started fucking ranting at me, dude. And I'm like, bro, I'm like, look, lady, I was like, I don't know why you gotta be such a bitch. I'm like, I was like, I
You went straight out the gate,
yeah.
just like
I was like, why you gotta be such a fucking bitch? I'm like, I fucking told you nicely. I even told you good afternoon and everything. I'm trying to be nice here. And I'm trying to have manners, and you come at me and give me all this fucking attitude. I'm like, stop being a fucking bitch. Maybe you'll learn this with the next person. And dude, the lady looked like she was gonna like freak out and cry. I'm like, that's right, bitch. That's right, bitch. Next time you'll be nicer, little fucking cunt. I was so fucking mad, dude. I called my wife. I'm like, man, this lady's a bitch. She ruined my day, but she's gonna remember me for the rest of her life, dude. I fucking let it out, dude. And
and I think it's just obviously she's having either a bad day or a bad week or a bad
and
life,
that's the thing, though, dude.
and
That's the thing,
you
dude.
can't let that affect your job and affect others.
Do you think that people are gonna justify what you're going through when it inconvenes them? I don't know if that's how you say it,
No
but
way. And then
um,
the person you inconvenience might be having a shit day
they
too.
might be having a shittier day than you.
Yeah, worse. Yeah,
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like,
we have to be really
don't fuck with anybody because you don't know what the fuck they're going through. Don't try to act like you have a worse life than they do. They might have it 10 times worse than you,
yeah.
and simple as that, they just might be crazier than you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that lady, if she was going like this to me in front of the fucking crossway, I'd fucking run her ass over. She pissed me off so bad, dude. But
That happened to me before, dude. When I went to go get my, I think it was, I don't know if it was passport or my social security, like a renewed, like my card, and the lady gave me attitude, dude, because they announced the numbers, like, oh, number 25 uh at cashier number 2, and it was really low, so you couldn't really hear it. They called
yeah,
my number and I didn't hear it, so I went up and she's like, "Why didn't you come up soon? Or you should have heard your number." I'm like,
bitch.
she was lucky during that time. I was more reserved and I'll just keep it in. If it's now, then I would be like
Oh
pissed, dude.
yeah, like dude. Number one, I'm a married man, so yes, I have a lot of stress right now. And me in particular, I got kids. You know what I'm saying? So fuck, dude, that magnifies. I've already been through a lot of shit just this morning. You know what I'm saying? I just woke up and I already been through like 10 kinds of shits. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a
That's
bitch.
it's funny looking back at moments where you get pissed as fuck, dude. Because even when we got married with my wife, we went to go get our what was it, the wedding bands size and all that shit. And then for some reason, I think they messed something up, and they were trying to pretty much tell us that we had to pay extra or something for a mistake that they made. Like the ring, I think my wife's ring, like a piece of it broke off.
Yeah.
And dude, when the lady told me that, I was just looking down at the receipt, super serious, just looking down at the receipt after she told me. And she's like, she got uncomfortable. And she's like, all right, let me go talk to my manager.
Yeah, that's right,
Like
bitch.
all I did was I got silent and I just looked down at the receipt. And then she's like, okay, I'll go get the manager.
You see, and and this
they
is
they
thi-
sense the energy. They're like, oh fuck,
this
this
is
guy's
where I give
pissed.
props to black people because black people don't fucking hold back. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I heard a black person ripping ass at the cashier or whatever. Dude, they look like they're about to shit themselves, and they fucking win. And then you have like the little old Mexican guy just like, okay, I'm sorry, and all like kind of letting them get
Submissive,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, all submissive, and it's like I've told you before, like we've been taught wrong, dude. We have to be more, I guess, a little bit more whinier. We have to be a little more, stand up for ourselves. I guess what I'm saying is just anybody really. I've seen this happen at work a lot too. Like the supervisor will treat the people like shit, especially in the construction industry. They'll treat them like shit, and the workers just like, yeah. And I'm guilty of that too. Because sometimes, dude, you are the better man. You have to turn the other cheek and just work and work. And as long as you're conscious and know, like, fuck this guy, I don't care what he says. That's fine. But for me, a lot of times they tormented me all the shit they told me, and I take it home.
Yeah.
And now I'm more like they tell me shit.
You
I'm
can't
like,
take that shit home.
yeah, because like so the trick is they tell you something, even if they're being dicks. Standing up for yourself also means like, okay, brush it off. Don't take it serious. Just let him be a dick. Let him be a dick. You know what I'm saying? And just ignore it. But a lot of times I was very weak and they disrespect me and treat me like shit. And then I'd actually start believing all the shit they would tell me and feel the worst about myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fucking no-no. Now you could also defend yourself and talk back to them. I mean, you might create some fire, but I mean, two things can happen. Either one, you're first on the layoff list, or two, like they're gonna learn to step the fuck back and show you some respect.
Yeah.
So it's really a psychological trip on how to manage on conquering other people, like that lady. Um, you know, that was a one battle I knew it. You know why? Because I never saw her again, and she wasn't expecting it. And I showed her niceness first. Automatically, I won
Yeah,
because I
because
had
she
manners. She didn't.
correct.
So she fucked with me. So I'm like, okay, well, here's my trump card. Now I'm gonna fuck with you.
Let me go to your level, lady.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, you want to go there? We'll go there. Boom. That was it, dude. Yeah, I know. I mean, some people say like, dude, you're fucked up. It's an old lady, but and I'm telling those people like, no, dude, I don't give a shit, dude. You know, old, young, just don't be an asshole. Give respect to get respect.
Another story, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
The-
dude. We used to play in this Wednesday night soccer league, and Emilio was on my team at the time, and that's my brother. And he got fouled really nasty by an older dude. This team was wearing like a red color. They were older, and I don't know if they spoke a different language. Some of them spoke a different language. I don't know if they were Polish or what nationality they were. Doesn't matter what nationality they were, but this guy played really dirty, and he was just getting away with it just because he's old, right?
yeah.
So after he fouled my brother all nasty, I got pissed, dude. So I went up to him and I fucking shoved him, and he fell and he fell to the ground.
Hell
Ooh,
yeah.
dude, I fucked up. The moment I did that, Boom,
Red card.
the whole team was trying to kick my ass.
Did anyone help you out?
Yeah, but yeah, the ref got in, all my teammmates came in, but dude,
There
yeah,
you go, man. Rock and roll, baby.
they
Let's
wanted
get
to
it.
fucking kill me, dude. They wanted to fight me just because I defended my brother, my teammate is what he's also my teammate, my brother, from this fucking asshole that fouled him real nasty.
Hey, man. Sometimes doing what's right ain't the easy thing.
Nah,
Actually,
dude.
I feel like it's almost never is the easy
No,
thing.
it isn't.
That's why I always do the opposite of what's right. No,
But dude, no, it's yeah, you gotta deal with fucking asshole people times, and then you gotta be the one to serve it to them. Like you gotta be the one to serve that dish of what they're giving to everybody else,
oh
but they
yeah,
never get it in return. You gotta serve them that dish.
yeah. You see, the thing is that dude, he most likely knew the cards were on his side. So
That's why he was doing it. He's like, oh,
yeah,
I got these youngins with me. They're gonna defend me if some shit goes down.
yeah, exactly. That really is what it comes down to. Um,
Fucking old prick.
yeah, I've been listening a lot to very controversial dude. And I don't give a shit. I mean, if it sounds right, it's right. You know what I'm saying? At least to me.
We're not coming from a spot of hate or discrimination
I mean,
or
they call it whatever they want. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Everybody has an opinion.
yeah. So my opinion is fucking Andrew Tate. He's the man. I mean, I love him, dude. He's look. Check
He's
this
not.
out. Look, there are things I disagree with, and it's like anybody else. You gotta understand that you're not gonna agree with every single thing that someone does, even if you're in favor of them. You know what I'm saying? So like there are some things where he goes too far or whatever. And but at the end of the day, who is anybody to judge? Period. Now, and I'll tell you why. So they call him like a human trafficker, whatever, this and that. I mean, dude, like
Well, we don't know his personal life. And just like these people that are saying that, I'm not sure what the story is about him when it comes to that. But just like it's like one of us, if we're saying some opinion about something and we're pretty adamant about it, for the most part, I think this Andrew Tate guy, partially, he's kind of like an internet troll too. I think he kind of feeds into some of the
he does,
shit.
dude. He does,
Yeah.
dude. He does. And you know what? Um, he's not the only one. I think Trump is like the exact same way. So
Hmm.
they, and this is just honestly like you have to give them credit. So Andrew Tate, first thing he said was, "I'm gonna rule the internet." That's what he said, right, dude? How how else do you rule the internet? You support Trump. That's already like number one.
You gotta
You
be
support Trump and his ideals.
you gotta be a Kardashian. That's
Yeah,
they're
kind of,
always on
but
the internet.
yeah, yeah, they are. But number one, like politics are bigger than they ever been, in my opinion, because the youth is just like so into it right now, like supporting Trump or supporting Biden. Like liberal versus conservative. Unfortunately, there are two fronts, right? But
Oh, dude, you see the Trump and Biden fuck Biden stickers everywhere.
oh, dude, I work in the
Gas
refinery.
stations.
I
Yeah.
work in the refinery, dude. I'm like, I'm so, I'm still wondering like how I got to where like BP flew a fucking gay rainbow flag over the Trump flag. I really thought they would have done the Trump, but I mean, times are changing though. Shit is being different. Everyone's trying to be a little bit more like in the middle, just stay neutral, just appreciate everybody and be cool to everybody and shit. Now I do get it, like Trump at some point was divisive with a lot of things, but I mean, it's like I said, dude. If I feel like you've done things that were right, I'll give you the credit where it's due, and I'm doing it 100%.
Because
Like,
we're human beings, dude.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not biased, and that's what you get out of not being biased. You recognize the good in someone that is deemed bad. So like Tate, I like a lot of things he says. So I do agree with like I feel like if the man works and the woman stays at home, yes, the woman should cook and clean, and the man is trying to provide. I do agree with that 100,000%.
And
And
but you don't say it to the way he says it. Yeah.
yeah, well, that's the thing. He's trying
He's a
to
little more aggressive
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
he's trying to
Yeah.
engage in some sort of conflict or controversy, and even then, no matter how you word it, and I think he knows this, no matter how you word it, you're gonna have like a straight up feminist, be like, no, we don't do that shit. That's over with. Like we're independent, blah blah. Like, okay, dude, my wife, check this out. she wanted to have a family. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to have a family. We're human beings. We want to fucking procreate. We want to, we want to,
Create the family. Yeah.
yeah, we want to continue the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know what the legacy is, but we want to continue it, right? So like at some point, I mean, I realized right away the kids are better off with their mom. And almost, I'm sure most of the situations that I've ever heard of, the kids were better off with the mom. Not always,
Not always. Yeah.
but for the most part, yes, I've seen that, dude. I've seen that time and time again. So I do feel like, you know, my kids were better off with their mom, being raised by their mom. And if I could honestly, like right now, she started working, right? But if I could, like, just have her at home, take care of my kids, and all her duties were to just cook and clean, and obviously that's just duties. That's not saying that that's all I wanted her for, but duty wise, yes. And my duty was to work and provide. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I did that for a while, and it was the best system, the most efficient system, the less stress in the family, the
Yeah.
kids behaved better.
But it's all context too. Like in your instance, when it comes to that, it's the proper way. I think people get too on the high horse about the fact, like, oh no, that's machista or whatever. No, not in every instance. Like, it's all context. Like what you're saying, like that's how you guys were running efficiently. For some people, it's more of a like, no, you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do it. And we know that coming from a Hispanic, from Mexican background, like there's a lot of machismo, and I'm sure there's husbands that don't let their wives work, they don't let them leave the house, they don't let them wear certain shit. So I think people try to go into that area, and it's like, no, every story is different, like every family's different, so it's not always gonna be that.
Dude, I honestly look,
Because I
okay,
understand, yeah,
I
I
say
get what you're
this
saying.
now, but I I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm not working, I do feel like kind of like, oh fuck, like depressed. Like, I don't know if it's my man trait. I mean, if you look at the straight up like primitive ass people from back then, like the cavemen and shit, like the caveman was out there, you know what I'm saying, making the rounds, fucking hunting and building, and the woman was, like nurturing the child and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just how, the that's just the way we were wired. But at the same time, like, I get it. Like, honestly, things do change, right? Now, I'm honestly, me personally, I don't want to live in a world where like the female is the main provider and the male is the nurturer. Me personally, I don't want to see that. But could it happen? Would I have to make peace with it? I would. I wouldn't want it though. But I told Yadira one day, I was like, dude, I was like, if and Yadira's my wife. Sorry about that, but I told her, I was like, dude, um, if you get a fucking better job than me and you want me to stay and take care of the kids, do it
Voila,
right
yeah.
fucking now, bro. I'm like, I fucking hate going to work anyways. I hate it. I'm like, I gotta work all the fucking time. I'm like,
But
you want to take the reins a little bit? That's fine, dude. I'm like, just start looking for a job, start doing it. You know what I'm saying? But
I
you know,
see it too. Like, I like for with me and my wife, it's different. I mean, we don't have like kids yet, but it I know, like, working and stuff like that. My wife, like, right since we've been together, she's always made more money than I have. But even for me, like, it's been in me. It's like an innate thing to want to provide for her. Like,
yes,
so, and
that's your male, like,
I'm always
primitive
striving because I
mentality.
want to be like, you know what? And yeah, dude, maybe it's just ingrained in us,
It is, dude.
because for me, it's like, it's I want to provide for her so that she doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice as much. And maybe that is a
Yes,
thing that stems from the fact of people naturally trying to have a family and the kids and all that. I think it kind of
dude.
does connect,
Yes, it does.
now that I think about it.
It
Yeah.
does 100%, Hector.
Yeah.
And this is why I watch all these videos and these like hardcore liberals and shit like that. And they're like, oh, well, why doesn't she get to work and you stay at home, take care of the kids? And I'm like, because no, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, I got fortunate. I got into a job. I got into the trade, dude. I'm telling you right now, like, um, I told Yadira, I actually was talking about it with her yesterday. I was like, you know what, dude? You want to make some good money? Come into the refineries. Come into the refineries. But that means you're gonna be breathing in all these airborne particles from the insulation. Like you're gonna be in a Tyvek suit in 100-degree weather, and sometimes they don't want you to take breaks. So you know what they do? They'll throw you a water. Okay, you want a break? There, drink your water and keep working, buddy. Yeah, dude, nonstop, hitting it.
Holy crap.
You're sweating your balls off. You're trying to get it done. You're trying to get it done, and right when, dude, it's like almost like orgasmic. Right when you're about to get it done, you're like, oh fuck yes. All right, here's the next shot, bud. Boom, 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 boom. Start hitting it again. And it's like I just said in my head, like, fuck yeah, finish, finish, finish. And when I said in my head to finish, it is like a drive. Okay, I gotta finish, I gotta finish, I gotta finish. But it is very, very, very exhausting, a never-ending story. And I told her, I said, if you're down to do that, if you're down to do that in the extreme heat, in the extreme cold, if you're willing to deal with the biggest assholes you'll ever meet, people that are gonna make you feel like you're trash, like you're just being used up, like you're nothing, like you're not a human being. If you're willing to do that, I'm like, then do it. But it's not fucking easy, even for me, dude. Um, we're a new generation, and the new generation is not built like it was back then, dude. So we're still working with people from back then.
Yeah.
They're not all retired, dude. So they have that
They're
mentality.
still around.
They're still around, and these guys were raised by the devil and shit, and we're over here like all pussified. And dude, I'm telling you, they torment you. They make you feel useless. They snitch on you. They say, hey, this guy's garbage, this and that. You might work as hard as them, or just as hard, or almost as hard, and they'll be like, nope, he sucks, not good, throw him out. I'm like, if you're willing to deal with that, do it. I'm like, because I don't want any part of it anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm like, I'm just working at this point just to try to one day have a business at this point,
Yeah.
because of how much I hate doing this shit. And look, dude, like my job itself, I think if there was a lot of regulations, a lot of cutback on getting pushed around, treated like shit. And not always is it like that. There's some foremen that are really good, take care of the people, and then there's some that are just fucking dicks, bro. Like these guys, they look at you like a fucking machine, and the moment the machine don't work, boom, out in the trash, get a new one. They'll wear you out. I've seen dudes getting worn the fuck out, dude. Like, dude, I got friends that did it for years, and now it's like your stamina does, even if you're young, dude. You keep hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. Like you do reach a breaking point, dude. It really does happen. And I
Yeah.
was like, if you're willing to do that, then do it. And it's not easy, bro. And when those dumbass people say like, oh yeah, I could do it, I could do it. Like, bro, dude, I mean, you guys don't know the feeling like when you're doing something that you're absolutely terrified by, just to bring home a check. Like
Oh,
like
I'm
I
sure many people can attest to it too, just like in the same shoes as you are.
Yeah, like and I'm just speaking from a construction
Yeah.
perspective. Like I've had to do scaffolding, dude, and I can't tell you I'm scared of heights. And I did scaffolding. And I'm talking about 60, 70 feet in the air, and I'm standing on a beam and I'm looking down, dude. And just to terrify myself a little bit more, I spit and I just count how many seconds it takes to get down to the floor. I'm fucking shitting my pants, dude. I swear to God, Hector, you feel your heart is in your stomach, dude. You're eating shit, bro. And guess what you can do? You can either cry about it and you might lose your job, or you might not be looked at as a valuable asset anymore,
Mhm.
or you risk the biscuit and you do it and you succeed, or maybe you fall, maybe you dangle around, maybe you're not secured exactly how you're supposed to be and you might just fall to your death. I mean, that's real shit. That's real life. I deal with that, and I'm like, if my wife had to deal with this, I think she wouldn't make it. She wouldn't fucking make it. Now, some women are built differently. Some women are just as masculine as the man is, and I'm not saying that they're lesbian or gay or anything like that. I'm just saying that some women are just built that way. That they're fearless. They're fucking fearless, and that's awesome. But even on a physical matter, if you want to debate that a female is stronger than a male, which in some cases it could be if the male is very weak and the woman's extra strong, yeah, there might be an imbalance right there. But for the most part, I do feel like yes, I feel like a male is created to be stronger
Physically, yeah.
physically. And dude, like scaffolding is no joke. I'm telling you, dude. Like you do it for 1 or 2 days, dude. You can't feel your arms. Your arms feel like, dude, you're walking around like this, dude, like that, dude, and you're sore, bro. And guess what? The next day you're back to hitting it again, nonstop, boom, 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 and you gotta do it every single day. And the only solution to that is, hey, you'll get used to it eventually. That's the only solution. The weekend, hoping you don't work the weekend so you can recover from how sore your body is. That's why, like, my cousins, my brother told me, go to the gym, go to the gym. I'm like, fuck no, dude. I had to climb like a ladder, a vertical ladder, like 30 feet, like nonstop. Dude, by the time I get to the end, I'm like, fuck. Then that happened to me already. I climbed 30 feet up in the air and I look across and I see the people that I'm supposed to be assisting on the tower next to me. I'm like, fuck, I climbed the wrong tower. I gotta climb the fuck back down, and then I gotta climb back up. Dude, by the time I got up there, dude, I was fucking like, hold up, bro. Hold on.
Give me a second
I
here.
just ate like fucking 2 cheeseburgers, 10 chicken nuggets, fucking fries, and right after lunch,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that doesn't help.
it doesn't help, but at this point, I don't know. I just it became a habit. I don't know. I didn't eat that much growing up, so I go ham now. And I'm like, okay, to prove my point, it ain't fucking easy, bro. There's girls working with us now, and I mean, one day if they do ever come in this podcast, they will tell you themselves like it, it could be intense. Now, for females in the industry, they will get breaks, they will get it a little bit easier. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just the truth. Whether they admit it or
But
not, I don't
it's
care.
still fucked up that
And I still
it
respect them for being there out there.
but it shouldn't be that way. It should be even for everybody. Like, and like you said, I think there needs to be a little bit more regulation when it comes to that in that field, like to make sure that there's some, fairness to the people, because we're human beings. We're not fucking slaves. We're not like we're not machines. It's just like any job, dude. Like that's why I've always had some kind of dignity when it comes to, and you do too. Like like sometimes like you just gotta stop. Like you have to stop, or else like it's gonna affect your health, and it's gonna fuck you up. And then what? Then what happens after you get fucked up? They're just gonna be like, okay, you're laid off.
Oh,
We'll
dude,
get another person to fill in that spot.
dude, you get injured, it's like you're their worst enemy. You are literally a rival. You know why? Now they're prone to a lawsuit, and now they have to pay you extra money out of their profit. Dude, I think like if you were to get in a car accident and die before you did a lawsuit on them, they'd be like, despite you making them millions of dollars over the years, which
It
you do,
it
honestly.
sucks that it's like that, dude. Because it's all because of the fact that they want to make more money. That's all it is.
Yeah, so like and I do hope for like in the future, like there's a workplace, and I feel like with our generation, it's more possible because the older people they just think like, and, and I don't want to discredit older people, man. I respect the shit out of them, and when I work with older people, dude, it's like I automatically yield to the older person. I'm like, Don, whatever you want to do, I'm behind you. Tell me, and I do it, and I don't bitch down, dude. Even if I disagree with it, I do it, and I cater to them, and I help them out as much as I can because they've been around, dude. They've been through shit. So I still respect their struggle, even if I don't agree with it.
But they can also learn a thing or two from the right person that's from
They will,
a newer
but
generation.
I'm gonna tell you something, dude. I worked with older people, and at least, and this is just from my experience and
Mhm.
my perspective with the construction industry. The work ethic of an older person, if at 50 years old, their work ethic is still keep hitting it,
Oh, yeah,
it's
they
never gonna
grind.
change,
Yeah.
dude. You'll never ever those
Well, we
people.
see it from our parents, dude.
Yeah, I know.
From that perspective,
Yeah,
yeah.
like my dad's like, oh, estoy bien cansado, Noel. I'm so tired. And I'm like, well, yeah, dude. You just built like a fucking gazebo in your backyard with my uncle by yourself. You just switched out all the piping in the basement. You just brought in a boiler in by yourself. You just fucking redid your whole wall on the.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude. I'm like, I mean, you're doing this
I
to
feel like a
yourself,
bitch
bud.
compared to my dad, dude.
Oh, I mean, and look, dude. I mean, I feel like yes, we should carry on. I mean, I feel like
A
it's,
piece of that, like,
and this is what okay, and this is why
work
I say,
smarter, not harder, right? Yeah.
yeah, yes, but at the same time, work hard.
Yeah, work hard, but smarter.
Work hard, but smarter.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and this is what I want to get with Andrew Tate. This is why I love a lot of the things he says. Not everything, but I feel like the whole fucking point of he goes to an extreme, And when I say an extreme, okay, so if he just went according to how I speak, I mean, it's only gonna reach certain people,
And there's
right?
still gonna be some
Yeah, a
what's
lot
it
of
called? Lashing
controversy.
out,
Yeah,
right?
but I think what he's doing is purposely infuriating the feminist and purposely
Dude,
spiking up masculinity. Because I do agree with him, dude. I feel like masculinity is dying, and it is a scary thing because what did we just talk about right now? What is your instinct? Provide, 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 and
just and this is not because of how I was raised. I think it's just it's in you. Like it's like a thing in you. I don't think it's like my parents never told me like, hey, you got to do this so that you can. No, I think I just maybe you witness it
well, it's like, dude,
growing
females.
up. I don't know.
A lot of females now they're like, I'm just as equal. I can fuck as many dudes as the dude that's fuck chicks and blah blah blah. And I just hate hearing all that shit, honestly. And Andrew Tate said one thing like, "Hey, he's like, if you have a big body count, sorry, I ain't going with you." And well, the girl does the same choice with the guy. That's on her. But me personally, I 100% agree with that. If the girl's been around like a lot, like, dude, to me it is disgusting. And I always seen the woman as this is a
And
thing.
it's the same in the reverse too. If a girl's looking for the right guy and a guy has a,
But I'm gonna tell you something, Hector. A woman, in my opinion, and I'm not saying this to discredit them.
they naturally should be more selective.
They yes,
Yeah,
that's what I want to get at. So I feel like the woman should be more selective. And another thing, like, and I don't say this to discredit women, make them feel less. I feel like it's totally the contrary. I say it because I worship the woman. The woman is like the holy grail of the fucking world, dude. They are key. They are the vision of power. A kid grows up seeing his mom being a strong woman, a great woman, a good woman to her father. I mean, to his father. And a woman, yeah, to her father. Dude, I mean, your morals and principles automatically are tuned up to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? The man automatically is grateful as fuck to the woman for being that great woman.
yeah.
Like, dude, I'm telling you, like, females out there, like, fuck this bullshit you're hearing about. Yeah, have dudes, have this, have that. Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. If you got like 5 baby daddies, you think a dude's gonna look at you the same? Fuck no, he's not. He's not gonna look at you the same. Um, Unfortunately, I've seen that it doesn't work the same way with men, but men, honestly, it's like they always say, men are kind of like not cared for in that sense. And and it's not just for like the sexuality and all that. It also applies to men in general. Like someone once said, like, a dude is shot, a dude is killed, and it just, all right, whatever. Life goes on. A woman is killed and there's outrage. And I think that's right. A
Yeah.
woman should be cared for like that. But what I'm trying to say is it's not that there's an imbalance, and if there is, it leans more towards them because a woman is more cared for. A woman is a fucking holy grail. Now, I'm not saying like, okay, like, there's a lot of fucked up shit going on right now with women though, but I just don't feel like it's really happening in this country, in my opinion. I feel like real problems that women, the feminists should be fucking attacking are global. Like those chicks getting killed in Iran right now. Have you heard about that?
No.
So there's literally chicks getting killed in Iran because they're taking off that I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like, I know how to spell it. It's Hijab or something like that. It's a
Oh,
hijab or
Haji
Hajib or
Hajib, I think it's called.
Hajib or hijab or something like that.
Yeah,
No offense, no disrespect, but
I think it's called Hajib.
so the
Yeah,
woman, I think what they're doing in a form of protest is they're removing it, and because they're not allowed to show their face in public,
yeah.
that's
It's a
their religion.
religious thing.
Yeah, and that's because it got over. I mean, it's just an opinion. Because honestly, I'm no one to judge that religion or anything like that. But maybe, I mean, in my view though, I think that's like a overkill on preserving the woman's dignity and shit like that. But that's the way they look at it. So the women are removing that, and the men are getting that in offense. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're ruining your sacredness. You're a sacred part of our society. The woman, it's looked at like the most sacred. You have to hold that value. They're taking it off in the streets, like saying like, no, we want to be free, we want to be free, we want to be free, and show our face, and show our hair or whatever. And they're getting killed for that, dude. They're getting shot down in the street. Like, I'm talking about young chicks, older chicks. Like, it's chaos right now. Now That's what I say. Like, feminists, where are you there? Where the fuck are you there? Fly the fuck out there and get something done. Now, males too. I mean, whoever wants support, like support. But that's a real issue surrounding women right now. That they're getting fucking killed. They're
Yeah,
getting killed for
over a belief.
over a belief, and that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everyone wants to believe whatever they want to believe. That's fine. Just don't try to change someone else's mentality. Look, dude. If I've ever met any racist person, I still give them the best side of me. And if that person decides to be my friend and be cool with me, dude, I'm proud of myself. You know why? I just changed this man's
Yeah,
perspective.
it's just like that one. He's a piano player, Daryl Dawkins. I forgot what his name was. Something Daryl something. But this guy converted so many guys that were Nazis, like hardcore white supremacists. He converted them
Yeah.
to not be in that life, and he's black.
Yeah.
Like all he did was
He had an open heart.
he had an open heart. He had discussions with these guys. Some of them it wasn't overnight, and he just kind of like slowly like talked to them, got their perspective. He gave them his perspective, and they were like, "Fuck, you know what? Like, why did I feel all these years this hatred towards this guy just because of his skin tone?"
And I'll tell you why.
And it's
There's a
like,
human psychology to this, dude. If you make someone feel comfortable despite the argument, despite the differences, the key to humanity is, can you make someone else feel comfortable? Can you make them feel comfortable? Can you make them feel at home? If you can do that, no matter what color you are, whatever, like whatever gender you are and all that, you make that person feel comfortable, automatically there's a bond, and automatically all that divisive shit, boom,
it's
out the
gone.
door. Now that's why I'm so against this. Like, if you're pro white, pro black, pro brown, all that shit, in reality, you think you're helping your own race and you're actually fucking it more,
Yeah,
because now you're dividing. You're
it's
still,
becoming a clicky thing. It's like
yeah,
becoming like,
a gang.
yeah,
That's never worked out. Like,
no,
hey, let's all stick together and defend ourselves from them. How about, hey, let's try to welcome each other. Let's try to prove each other wrong. Let's try to work something out in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
that's why I
That's how
always
you bring unity, not fucking I'm pro, like white power. And you look at that like, oh fuck, that's scary. Now, I know it's very controversial, but
that's
if you
crazy.
say black power, to me it's a little scary too, because it's like, fuck, hey, but what about me? You know what I'm saying? And if you say brown power, then it's the same thing. I mean, I think you're just kind of like creating different routes, different
There's
roads.
no need to do that. Just be open. Yeah, be open to everybody. Dude, I think about it like when I was in high school too. Like there was obviously there's cliques. And for me, I was never bound to one
Yeah.
click. I would be like, oh, I'll talk to guys from this group. I'll talk to guys from this group. I'll talk to guys from this group. Like people from every group. And it's like, yeah, like why do I have to
And how do
just
you feel about yourself when you do that? You feel great,
it
no?
feels fucking great, dude, because I'm not like that makes you more well-rounded when it comes to having conversations with people and open-minded to listening to them instead of being like such in because when you're stuck in one click and one little world of mentality and stuff like that,
Your mind stays small,
your
huh?
mind stays small. You're not willing to like open expand and kind of think about everything else. Like, yeah, dude, it's that is so necessary for people to be sociable and just kind of understand where people are coming from. You're not always going to see eye to eye.
And I
Yeah,
blame this. I mean, call me conspiracy theorist or whatever. I blame this on the s- on so on the s- social media, on news outlets. Dude, no one promotes more division more than the
the
news.
news. Yeah,
The news. Okay, if Trump was saying stuff that was bad, why would they bring it even more out of context and then put it on live TV when that's the person in charge of the whole country? Why would you do that? I mean, at most, I would assume you would try to hide it, or try to not emphasize on it if the man made a mistake and said something that wasn't supposed to be said, or the man said something that that opposes other people's views, and then they emphasize on it. You put him on the spot. Now even he has to choose a side. Um,
no,
and that
I hate. That's why I'm very like. That's why when my like say my parents, my dad or someone, they'll ask me like, "Oh, did you see in the news this person?" I'm like, "Oh, so, I don't know." It's like, man, you should watch the news. But I'm like,
fuck
nah,
no, poison.
no, yeah, it's
That's poison
pure
for the
poison.
brain.
I'll watch it out of entertainment, but I'm not watching it because that's my what's it called, doctrine, or that's my book, that's what I'm gonna go by. Fuck
Oh,
no,
dude,
dude.
anyone that watches Univision right now thinks Biden is like Jesus, like Jesus, like aged a couple years in heaven and came back down. Like,
Dude,
no, dude, I'm gonna tell you the
both
truth.
sides have their fucking bullshit.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do, they do. So, okay, my opinion on Trump, dude, if you watch his and I am more pro Trump than Biden. If you put me on a, on a
On
comparison,
a side or whatever.
yeah, if I had to choose a side, I would choose more Trump, and I'll tell you why. So I do feel like I've seen his interviews, dude. The fucking guy has the motor skills that are just fucking insane, dude. The dude has quick reflexes. He can talk back right away. He's thinking like he's already thought about something before you even asked him. He's really on the fucking target, dude. He could defend himself. I mean, I've listened to a lot of his interviews. Um you do the research on a lot of things he says, it's fucking true. And he defends it and he throws it out there. He puts shit on blast. And I think that makes politicians fucking scared as fuck. Like, oh shit, this guy's fucking bringing this to the limelight. And people, and then they threw shade at him for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, flaws. Like I said, credit where it's due. The guy was a great speaker, great at interviews. He did keep the country away from war while everyone said that he was going to bring it to war. He did keep everyone, he kept us away from war and shit. And gas prices were cheap. I mean, there was a lot of good things about it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, the most obvious to the average dumb human being, I'll say that yes, gas was cheap and we weren't in war. To me, awesome, great. If anyone could do that, stay in the fucking office. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Now, Biden, like I said, Univision preaches like the Democrats is, the Democrats that. They're saying like Biden's so great and Trump was terrible. Blah blah blah. Okay, look at now, dude. Gas fucking expensive. Um, Literally, we're in the brink of World War III. China is like invading Taiwan. Fucking Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia's in high waters right now with the U.S. and with other NATO countries. It's a shit show, dude. The world is literally falling apart. Literally. The same pandemic we had in the beginning of this is still around with the same consequences. People like some of the same rates, you know what I'm saying? Like of infection and this and that. And it's like all this chaos, all this turmoil for what? For what, dude? And all this is happening under this dude and the dude can't speak. He can't defend himself. Um, I'm just speaking the truth. Whoever don't like it, fuck you, dude. I fuck you very much an asshole.
You're just being honest, yeah.
I'm being honest. Hear the guy talk, hear him get interviewed, and it's like, dude. I mean, say whatever you want about Trump. If the country's divided now, I blame it on the news media, on the media, on the social media, on the news, for bringing shit. Like for bringing shit out, emphasizing anything that he said that could have been divisive, and then giving their opinion about it. You just brainwashed the whole country on that. Like they're the bad guys, dude. Like why not try to keep that out? Try to keep that unity. You know what I'm saying? Trying to you know patch the.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see that this is like, for the most part, I think people, yeah, it's all through news. It's all through news sources that people decide, right, what side I'm on, and why it is that it's it's wrong to be on that other side, like why it is wrong to be what's it called, to agree with anything that Trump says. Did you hear that he said this? Oh, and this and this and this, dude. That's why when I don't care about the news. Like, I get it. I have to know some stuff. You need to be up to date with some current events, which I'm glad I have you in my life, dude, that you can hit me with some facts
I
and
only know the
and
most
knowledge.
obvious, dude. To be honest, I don't know like that much, but
Well, you know more than I do, but I think it is important for people to know their current events. Obviously, know your rights as a human being, but also be open minded and don't go based on what some, like, even I can't go 100% based on what you're telling me either. I have to do my research
for
and be like,
sure.
to be able to defend and be like, you know what, I agree with you on this, but I don't agree with you on
And for the
this.
most part, I will try to give you s-
Non-biased.
yeah, non-biased, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I used to not like Trump because the target to Latinos and shit like that. But when you actually like listen to him and you see a lot of things he does. I mean, dude,
Yeah, you have to strip away the bullshit. Like the
yes, and it's like I was gonna tell you right now. One of the main quotes, one of the main phrases or way of life someone has always taught me has always been like, um, taking the good and let the bad go out through the other ear. In a perfect world, if everyone did that, dude, honestly, shit would be gravy, man. It would be awesome if media, let out the bad and kept up with the good. But you know what, dude? Media's not gonna do that because media needs controversy.
they live on drama.
They
Yeah,
live on drama and on controversy,
yeah.
and
If that
so
if there was none of that, well, what the hell we have the news for? Just for the weather.
yeah, dude. So you know what? I'm glad podcasts are coming into light because there's a lot of like dude, podcasts are totally killing the mainstream news. They're
And I mean,
totally killing them, dude.
but obviously,
Killing them.
but even podcasts, there's gonna be a divisiveness too when it comes to politics. Like
There is.
even with them, there's gonna be that, but at least you have a choice to be like, I'm gonna go listen to this,
Yeah,
and yeah,
exactly. Choice. Now you have CNN or Fox. One is gonna lean more towards the right, one is gonna lean more towards the left, and that's all you got. Now I can listen to Russell. What's his name? Russell Brand or whatever. And I mean, I like him. I think he's a pretty interesting guy. He's funny. He's a character. I like how he talks. And not just his accent. It's kind of gay, but not just his accent, but like literally just like the way he talks. I don't know, man. Just something about his intellect. It's
oh,
pretty
that guy could talk his ass off, dude.
yeah, he could talk his ass off, and I like the points he makes, like 1000%. I like to listen to him. Obviously, fucking everybody in the world, Joe Rogan. Um, I think it's fucking great.
And that's an example right there. That guy that he can say something and they blow it up on the news, but they're using him as a fucking
Yeah, like if he's an informant to the world, like no,
yeah.
he's not, dude. The
Well,
guy, the guy's interested in a lot of stuff and will bring a lot of informative stuff.
people are listening to him because they find what he says interesting and the topics, the guests, everything. So, and he's going to continue to do so. But all that does when the media is trying to shed bad light on him, all that does is give him more
I know,
listeners.
yes, that's right,
Because
fuckers,
because
die,
because
bitches.
out of those listeners, and I heard it in a podcast, some guy was saying like, yeah, because out of those listeners that hear that negativity that they're spewing about Joe
Now
Rogan,
they're interested.
they're gonna some of them will be like are gonna jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, fuck that guy, right? And they're gonna be like that. And but some of them are actually gonna go and be like, oh, you know what? Let me listen. And they're gonna be
Yeah,
like, wait, they blew that out of context.
dude. Like I remember I told my neighbor, I was like, hey, do you watch podcast? Because we're talking about something that was interesting.
Yeah.
Like he's had metalheads in there. Like he's had like Rob Zombie. Like I think he had the dude from Metallica. What's his name? James Hetfield or some shit like
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah, I think he's had him. I'm not sure, but he's had like metalheads in there. You know what I'm saying? And for if you're a metalhead, I mean, dude, you're getting firsthand. Like if you were there, I mean, that's what I love about podcasts. It's like you're having a conversation with them. You're just listening to them talk and out of the script. You listen to them talk firsthand. So it's great. And if you like UFOs, he had that dude like Bob Lazar. Talking about his UFO experience.
Or the guy from Blink 182.
He had the guy from Blink 182 too.
Yeah,
Which one?
the
Travis
guy.
Barker or the other one?
No, the he was the main singer at one point. The what's his name? Fuck, I forgot his name. But that guy he's heavy into UFOs, dude. I think
Yeah.
the conversation was like, whoa. Like I think Joe Rogan was like, what the fuck?
He's like, okay, man, chill.
This guy's too much.
Hey, dude, go back singing like my first date or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like he had that dude from Queens of the Stone Age or whatever, and,
Oh yeah.
and they had a great conversation. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like, dude, this is shit I love, and this is why I kind of want to do the podcast too because, you know,
And
I've
we'll eventually have guests on and get to their perspective.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, you know, you alone, you have more in common with the whole world than you'd like to admit, or that anyone would admit, and you kind of just relate at some point, and I think it's great because like right now, every like before we end this, I want to just bring this up, like
Yeah.
everyone like right now is starting a podcast, right? And I'm like, and then I thought about it, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, you have celebrities starting podcasts, and I'm sure they've been through hardships and shit, but like, what about a podcast for someone that lives a similar lifestyle to the one you have?
The
To
nine to
where
five.
that
Yeah.
9 to 5, like you had to work your ass off this whole fucking week, and still kind of be broke and trying to make it, and you have these experiences that you just can't get away from, and you have no fame to back you up, no status like that. You're just kind of starting from the ground up, and people are gonna relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Because, dude, when I see like randomly, like the other day I was buying tacos and shit at a taco truck. I seen this truck driver. He see me in my refinery coverall.
Mhm.
He's like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey, man, good. How about you?" He's like, "Oh, just about to hit it. You know." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I do know. Shit, I'm about to start work right now at 5 p.m. Come out at fucking 7 p.m. I mean at 7 a.m." He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "He's seen my wife in the car. He's seen my kids." He's like, "Hey, man, you have a beautiful family, man." He's like, "Respect, man. I like what you're doing." I'm like, "Hey, man, respect to you too, man. You're about to, drive 10 to 16 hours, dude. My respect, dude." There was like a humility, like a respect, dude. Like there was just straight up humbleness from this man.
That
Like,
was some mutual bond, dude. It
bro,
was
he
like a
gave me the respect, dude, and I'm like, dude, it made me like so proud that I was going to work, provide for my family, and it made me proud for him that he was still out there. He's like 60 something, dude,
wow.
truck driving. The man, dude, they kind of want to even give the fucking dude a hug, like, man, dude, respect, dude. He shook my hand, dude, and he even said a prayer with me. I just met him at the taco truck, and my wife was like, dude, who the fuck was that? I'm like, you don't understand, babe. There's respect right here.
No, dude, and
When
it's
you work and you meet another working man, it's like it's literally, dude, like I don't know, dude. It's like a worldwide church, man. You all kind of there's a congregation between workers, between men. Working men is just like and you know this, you know what I'm saying? Because you're on the same boat, and there are a lot of motherfuckers that don't want to be on this boat, that don't want to go to work, that they don't want to provide, they don't want to try their best for their families, and that's why I made this podcast with you because um you agree with me and you think the same and you want to do the same movement, and together we just kind of put it together, and at some point, or it already has, will relate to people and they will understand, they will like to hear this, instead of like like, and I'm not discrediting him, but like John Bernthal made, like the guy from The Walking Dead.
oh yeah, he made a
He
podcast.
made a podcast and he's a cool dude, interesting, and I like what he says and shit. But what I'm saying is, like, it's cool that he did it, and next thing you know, it's gonna be some jack off fucking celebrity that privileged as fuck,
There already are,
and
but
already are, like, just stupid ass kids that are rich kids that never had to work for anything, and they're talking, and unfortunately they have a huge following, and I sound like a huge hater, but I'm just saying the truth.
but you got to think about it. There's a following for that too. There's people that grew up the same way they did. So
Yeah, you're right. You're
yeah,
right
so
about
we're
that.
gonna have yeah, so we're gonna have the perspective. Like people are gonna have similar perspectives to us that relate to us, and they'll listen to our podcast eventually.
Yeah,
And I think yeah, no, we're both very similar and different at the same time, and they're gonna like obviously they're gonna have things that they agree with me or they disagree with, and things they agree with you and disagree with. So but I'm looking forward to yeah always doing this, dude, and continuing. But this is like so, it's freeing, dude, because we get to have these discussions and share them. I don't know who's listening, but especially now in the beginning, but
yeah,
it's a good feeling. It's just like when I play music, just like how you do your art, I'm sure like you're able to, it's like an expression. It's a way like we're having a conversation like we normally would, and kind of just sharing it with the world, sharing
oh, dude,
everybody
I
else.
get upset because and anyone that's watching this or has watched this and that knows me, they know 100% I could talk, and you know this,
Yeah.
I can talk forever, and I love to entertain. It's just part of me. Like, I will fail at being funny in the pursuit of making you laugh, or making you feel right at home or comfortable, and I'll come off as annoying, or god damn, this guy never stops talking, but it's all in pursuit of entertaining. So right here, it's like, all right, buddy, if you want to tune out, I mean, you do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to tune in, you come right in, and I fucking talk forever, man. Like this,
Yeah.
I'll talk for fucking ever, dude. So I guess I'll end it with that. But next time we'll have some more fresh content for you guys. Hope you like this, and please like and subscribe, and
And share,
we'll keep
guys.
it coming, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace out.